Okay, now, so since you already finished the installation, so you already done the installation and you have already um, connect your server using your password. Next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a database. So you will click on this one, on this and this query this. You will see at the top dark. So click on it. If you click on it, it's going to connect to your queries tree. So under the queries tree, when it open up for you, then write create database. Let's say the database we are going to create will be sales DB. So that's the sales database. Put this. Then after that, you realize it and run it. And it will load a bit. So you see, the database has been created successfully here. So it says query return successfully in 11 seconds in a call. So I've created a new database, which you can see here. You can see it down here. We have a query, say find wrapper database, PostgreSQL. So this is data. Let me refresh it so that you can bring it. Yeah, you see that become three. So this and now and now so I refresh it so that you can bring up your says your you will refresh it. You just click on it like this, then you click on refresh. After you write this one, create databases DB, then you put this one here. Can you see the query very clear, right? Okay. If you want to let me bold it for you. Now you go to see it. Okay. Hope you can see now. So that has been created now. So the next thing I'm going to do is that if you don't see your query here, database you created, come to this place, refresh it, click on it and refresh. So when you refresh, it's going to come up. See, this is my own here, which is says data DB. This is my query here. So the database that I created. So now, after you are done with that, you are going to create a table. Okay, okay. If you create, you write this create database says DB, then you put the quotation abi column here. So after that, you will now come here under the database here at the top. It will be on your dis thing, you will see that one is normal, it should be there, database like this. So you will come and refresh it, then you are going to see your database that you created, which is says DB. So it's inside this one you are going to be creating your tables. You understand? After you are done, you can highlight like this, then run it here, execute script. So when you click on execute script, it's going to bring something like this for you in return, like query return successfully. When it brought this, it has been successfully created. Then you now come to database here, then refresh it, it's going to come up for you like this. So you have your sales DB like this. Then after you are done with that, now create a table. your first table in query. So if you want to create a table, write create table. Let's say our table is categories. Are you recording there? Record do. So here we have create categories. So what creating a categories table. So and yeah, yeah. You use only microphone. Don't use mic skin and the microphone is gone there. What's not happen? So don't worry, me I'm recording here, don't worry. So we already create a table. We want to create a table categories. So we want to create a table categories. Then let's use category gongon for our table name. So just say category, category show and underscore ID. So we have ID then in our category. Then we also have Shira. The Shira is going to be primary key, and the primary key is going to be as a primary key, a category name. So our primary key is going to be category name. So let's say this one is going to be underscore name, underscore name. Let me use small letter, underscore name. So the name is going to be Faja. So this one are the small command, like a command that you need to know. This Faja stand for variable character, you understand? That's the full meaning. So and this one also we put the variable character to be 50. So then after that you come down here to this part and put the inverted comma àbí báwo ni wọ́n máa ń pè é. So now you now highlight your work, you understand, then execute it. So it's going to create a table. It said query return successfully. So it has created a table inside this oga here. So which you can view under the schema. You can view it under the schema. So when you click on this one now, it's going to come down for you under the stage. Okay, stage ID. Let me refresh it. So this is the schema. So the table that you created is this. Incoming. This thing is not showing well. Incoming. Let me minimize it. Let me minimize it small so that you're able to see it. I just under the view. So the table is here. Can you see it now? Yeah. This is the table category. Can you see it? So under the stage, you will see it there. So you don't see it there, refresh it. It's going to come up. So we have created categories table successfully. So now let's create a table for products. You understand? So let's say that we want to create a table, create table products. You understand? So after you write create table products, you open your bracket, then you press enter. So inside your bracket, you are going to have a product, um, product, small letter. So product underscore underscore what? the serial. Then the serial is going to also primary key, right? So serial primary key, comma. Then we have a name under product two. The product name is going to be what? That's the what? Variable character, right? Version. And version is going to, let's say, I now want to be 100, depending on you, on the list of what you want. But it's not more than 150. So that's a key version we have, a key variable character we have in PostgreSQL. So you can still have more than that too, but depending on the query round we are going to create now. So we have 100, then we now say that we want to link up the table, you understand, together with the category. So we say that category underscore id, then we say id, int reference category. So int reference categories. So that's the title we use for our normal this thing. So then we now say category. So that means under the int category, so we are going to put the what do you call it, product. So want to link it up, so that will be under int. The categories will be under category id. So then after that you put the comma. So now we want to also enter price too, price the column into our category. So we write price, then we write number. So price will also be number now, abi? Character for price. So okay, let me use numeric so that you're able to understand. So it will be numeric open bracket, then comma 2. So after that you come here, then put the question mark, then run your query. See, maybe you have successfully created the table. So you say that create a product queries are successful. The table for product are successfully created. Let me check it here. So under the table, right, I want to see the table. So we have the product here too that are successfully created. So now you see is behind the categories. The reason why we put this command there is to link it up so that they will be together. So this category id int references, you are referencing the table again, you understand, that they are together, they will be in one spot together, you understand. So assuming I did not reference it now, it's going to be another database which is not proper. So here we have already successfully created the table. Then we want to look at another table, which you are the one that is going to create that one. So let's say that we want to create a customers table. How are you going to go about that? Just be dictating it, I'll be writing it. Yes, I'm with you. Create It's not create a table, create table new. Yes, customer. So then, oh yeah, what am I going to do? Customer name. So I'll just open the bracket and customer. So then I'll write customer underscore. Yeah. His name that is going to be first. Look at all the queries I've been writing so far. That use okay. So it's going to be ID. So I'll put ID there then. What again? Serial primary key, comma. I'll press enter. Then okay, okay, okay. Comma right. Then what again? Let's say under the customer, I want to put their email for instance. So version open bracket what? So the email will be 100. So this one that we are putting there, do you understand? 100, 50 and so forth. Is the width o, the characteristic of the width, you understand? So that it should be able to have space when you are creating the tables, you understand? So that it will not be um close together. So the reason why we are doing all this variable, giving it 10, giving it this is for the width of the characteristic of what you are doing. Understand? When you create a table name, so the name you have this, you have the width of 100. The image you have the width of 100. So when you enter your data, it's not going to be, you understand? So we also have let's say country. So country two is going to be fashion because it's a variable now. What you are going to put there is not numerics, right or no? So I have version. I just have numeric and variable like email abi. You still receive it. Like the address so if you have address is also fashion now. So if you have number inside that doesn't mean. So what you are entering there, assuming you are writing queries in Python now, if you write address in letters and you put the number in between, you have to put the quotation mark, yes or no? Because what started your query, what started your things is what? It's letters. So you can't just be like that because everything is not figures. It's letter actually, right? So just that number that is in between, that number is just a minor thing. For instance na for email too na for instance, there's some email that have number, right? Like 50, 14 kinikan inside. So you are still categorize them as a variable because it started with the letters, you understand? So we have country, then after that let's run our query. But before we run it, okay, yeah. So this one too has successfully created. So which you can refresh your table to see it. You have customers too being created. So now then after you have done creating the customer, let's also create a one table. So I'm just doing this so that we're able to get things done fast and able to know how to do it on your own. So now I want to I want you to create this. Create a table and title the name of the table orders. Yeah, Are you done? You can share your screen if you are done. No, 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 no. So let's say to create a table. Okay, we are not even doing anything since. Let me just do it. So I won't waste more time. So we want to create a table orders. Then you open your bracket. Then inside you have order ID, right? Underscore ID. Then serial primary key, comma. Then inside you also have customer. You link it up with the customer. So that's called ID. That is order. So then int reference it customer. Then write customer underscore. So it has been linked up like that. So I have comma here. So then next one, let's see that order underscore date. So it's going to be date. So that's all. Now call me this quotation mark. Let's create it. So it has successfully created. So now we have that one too in our table. Let me refresh. We have other table. These are being successfully created. So we also want to create other items for our other items table. So in that place we are going to be listing some items. So based on the order list. So which are going to enter, we are still going to enter some data into it. So let's say we want to create um create table order underscore items. So you open the bracket, press enter, then write items ID. So serial primary key. And with it was okay, and I'm hearing you. Okay, 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 okay. It is true. There's a time I did not hear you. So this one is int reference. You want to reference other table, the other table that you just created now. So to be on other items. So we have this one that will be other. Let me open bracket first before we let okay, let's say others, then come others, then open bracket, order underscore ID, comma. So and the product too, you have to reference that one too. How to reference that one. So that will be product ID int reference product open bracket product underscore ID. So then put the comma. So now we want to find the quality. So under inside it, because what you are going to put on that the column, the table that you are going to create for others item is based on the quantity of all this one, quantity of items, quantity of order, quantity of products. You understand? So you write the quantity int, then after you write quantity int, then you come back here and put the other comma. So after that, you run execute your script. So it has successfully created. So now let's insert some data inside our tables we have been creating so far. Let's insert some data inside. So and if you want to insert data in your table, you have to be aware of making a mistake. So let's say that we want to insert data into categories. For instance, you know that categories is the station where all of them are working, right? Maybe they are working in electrician department, they are working in furniture department, they are working in stationery or any categories they are working, right? So just say that, let's say I'm coming, let me put the insert into categories. So we want to insert data into categories. So this is what we are going to do. You write insert into. So the functions of into is to input data. This one here is working with the insert, this function into. Do you understand? So after you write into, then you write category, the name of the table. The name of the table is called categories, then you open the bracket. So then you write the category underscore name. So and then inside the name you will now put their values, what you want to be inside it. So started listing their values one after the other, started listing their values one after the other. If you want the list to be more than 100, you can list it yourself. So depending on your own understand. So now let's list some little value for categories. Let me just assume we have electronic. So then let me assume that we also have furniture and let us assume we have remember to put the quotation mark because what I'm writing here is what is what do you call it, variable. So then let's stop here Jare. So no waste much time. So now after you are done with this, you can execute it. So it's going to run and going to be executed into your categories. So do you see that? We can successfully create data inside our categories, which you can view here. See, these are the columns that are there. So now we also want to insert data into, let's say we want to insert data into this one, into product. So insert data into product. Then you open the bracket. So under the product, you have the name of the product, category ID of the product. You understand? So that will be the heading column for the product table. So product, the product name, then let's say category, category underscore ID. So then after that, we also need, don't let me make it complex. So let's have price too under the product. So we have price too, then let's say values. So now list our values. What is going to be on the name? What is going to be on the category ID? What is going to be on the price? So you understand? So what are we going to put there? Let me see. Okay. What you say? Let's say I'm coming. Let me just assume some data. Income. Let me go back here. So here inside, let's assume that we have laptop for name of the product. So and laptop is a product now. So we also have number one for ID, and then the price is going to be, let's say, 8.00, 800 kobo, right? So now then let's also create another one. So let's use that one to be smartphone. The product will be smartphone, and the ID number will be 2. Let me turn this. Okay. So then let's say that we have that one to be 500 dot 00 kobo. Understand? So then after that, I also have another one. Let me make like 4, 5 or 6. No, let me do 5. So we have this one here, smartphone. Then let's say we have office, put the quotation mark, office share. So inside the office shares, that would be number 3 abi. So then let's say the price for office share is 20 naira 00 kobo. Don't forget to all these things very important to all your comma. You don't put it, if you want to go and execute your code, it's going to bring error for you. So water, let's say water bottle for instance. So then you have this comma, then under water bottle. How much are they selling water bottle? Water bottle is not much now. Let me use what office share should be more than water bottle. Let's use that. Let's use 150 for that one. Let me now use 220 naira 00 kobo for this. And then put your comma. Then also let's list a notebook too as a product. Notebook. We use notebook in the office. So then I'm coming. Let's say notebook set, comma, then 5, comma. So then we have it to be 15.00. So put the normal distance there. So after you are done, then now let's execute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So is it there's a key category ID is not present in the table. Key category ID, which is equal to 4, is not present in table categories. Okay, the category here, product category FK. Okay, it should be product category. So we have it to be product. Okay, let me check it now. The product and operation product does not exist. Site in far. Okay. Let me check my table here. We have under the product. Let me look at the query that you wrote to create the table here. So this is the product, so a product ID. So which product ID? So what is now saying? So a product ID that I use go to work. So here, okay, is product category that I went to go and use. So instead of product ID, product ID, then let me execute it. Ah, relation product does not exist in line. Inside the product names, product ID, price. Oh. So the line he said that the colon product ID of a relationship product does not exist. That as you insert into product the name, product ID and the price. So and that's what we did now. Is there anything different for it? Okay, there's space there. Not again. So that's okay. Insert into into or insert. So and insert is correct now. Insert is correct now. So we have insert here. Then you say that you should leave this one. You use category before. Category ID. Then we execute. It's giving us the product ID is not present in the table categories. Insert. So inside the product categories, what do we use? Category ID is category ID for serial key. Let me check the code very cleverly. That will not just be brainstorming. So the first one is laptop here, comma one smartphone. You see? App. So those number is what is confusing. So I've that's work now. So they're all using instead of all using 1 2 3. So let's just use 1 2 2 1 1 2 3 3. So we're going to show the categories of each every one of them for us. So that's the number that we have in the categories. So now after we done with that, so now let's also insert a into let's insert into customers. Insert into customers. So inside the customers, what are the things that you think that we can still insert there? So let's say we want to insert the name, abi customer name now. Do you remember when we are typing the query for table, we have customer name, we also have next what is what? The next one is what? Email abi, and what? That will be country, right? So and then we have country, I remember. So then we now write values, yes or no. So inside the values now, oya let's go. We open the bracket, then you put the values. The name is, let's say, Alice, for instance. So Alice, then you put the quotation mark again, you put the Gmail. Alice, let me say at example, or at gmail.com, any of it. So you can use at gmail.com, you understand? But I'm using as example. So now we have comma, then let's say at gmail.com. So then comma, after that, now see that this one here will be US, the country now, the country. So you can use USA, you can use Nigeria, you can use anyone depending on you. So, but me, I want to go to USA. So now we have this quotation mark. You are there before. You are back. So we have Bob Smith. How's USA now? How's the life there? Anyway, so there's no space like Nigeria. Jesus. Omo. That's what, that's what I'm looking for. Like Colon Shani. Tí wọ́n bá lè rí remote job ń bí báyìí. Kọ́lọ́n dẹ̀ fọkàn yàn balẹ̀. She will be fine. See. So we have Gmail, right? So let me use Bob Smith. Bob Smith orúkọ Nàìjíríà kọ́ ni now. Let's use UK. Let me use another name that's Nigeria, like Shioma, ọmọ Igbo, Adewale. So you have it comma, then you now put the question mark. So that will be Shioma at gmail.com. You understand? Then put the comma. Which country? Nigeria. So after that, also put comma. Then now open a bracket. Let's also insert another one. Let's say Emeka. Emeka Okoro. Emeka Okoro. Then after that, put a question mark and write emeka at gmail.com. So then with the comma. So after that, now write the question mark again. Emeka is Nigeria. And then let's just try another one again. With the question mark. Write Sarah Ali. Ọ̀kan rántí àwọn student mo kọ́ nígbà mo wà ní primary school teacher. Sarah at gmail.com. Here we have so let me now put the other one to be UA. Which country is this one? United States of America. USA. This one is what? Ukraine. Dubai. So UAE Dubai. Let's execute. Execute. So it has successfully created. So now I also want to insert a data into order. So let's see that you have customer underscore ID, order underscore date. So these are the table we want to create. So now write their values out. So we want to create the values for this one now. What are you going to list? Customer ID is based on the number now. One. So and the and date is going to be what? Maybe 2024 0 010. Let's use 10. So this one is going to be this comma. Then let's also use another one. So let's say 2 comma. Then we say this one 2024 slash 0 0112. Okay. Thank God, Jare. Thank God. God bless you. You're welcome. So then let me say P comma for that. So now we also want to add one more. A formula idea now. Date no ẹ jẹ́ ká wà láàrin 2024 04. Okay, 04. So now let's also create I'm coming. This should be outside. So now let's create another one. Let's see. The version should be 4. So and when it reach 4, I still going back to 1 again. Don't forget, we restrict our table. If you look at the query that we write to be in form of 4, the list of everything is going to be under the list everything that you have a customer ID, order date. So after you reach here, you can still go back to 1 again if you want. If you want to be listing up, you can still continue. But me, I don't want a bigger table like that. I don't want to create those tables small for you so I can fill it. You understand? So you have this one. Let me create that will be 2024 slash 01 slash 25. Then after that, you have this. Let's insert this one now and see what's going to go. So it has successfully created. So now let's also create another table. So let's say insert into order. Insert into orders. So then we open the bracket. So what do you want to insert? Customer, customer underscore ID. Then orders date. So now, then after that, write their values. So now let's list the values out. Exactly. Thank you for that. I think we have done this one before. I want to insert order la ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Orders item la fẹ́ ṣe nísìnyí. Orders item. Ehen. So orders items. So now we want to create for orders item now. So what we are going to have inside it, let's say order ID underscore ID. So then product ID too. I have the product. Let me clean this one. I have product underscore ID. So now after you are done that, don't forget I told you that this other items deal with the quantity. Yes or no? You have to add that one too. So that will be quantity. Which quantity of them? So now then you now say values. So now let's list the values that want to be inside it. Open the bracket. So 100 comma 1 comma 1. So the other ID, you know that is number. Everything that is here is also numerics. Everything here is numeric actually. So the next one goes to be, let's say 101 comma 1. Let's say 4. And product ID will be 4. So then the next one, let's say 2. Then come outside, put the comma. Then open bracket again. Let's also say that we want it to be 10 102. So 2. Put this one. Let me say 1. So then comma. Let's say I'm at least one lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. So this one also 103. Let's 103 3 comma 1. So then open bracket 104 comma 5. So now let me now run it. To this part. Execute. You know the reason why it's bringing this? Do you know the reason why? So I've not listed it all complete. So remain some things that we are able to lead there, which is for we have one here, 100 for one, we have 4 for 2, we have 2. Okay, under the list. So remember the table that we created before for that function. So when we want to list their quantity, not complete. So it will be 5. Okay, it's not more than 5. So one should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is up to 7. Now see what's going to happen. So we have this one to be 104, comma 5, comma 3. So now let's say 105, 105, comma 1, comma 1. Then also have another one. 10 105 comma 1, let's say 3 rest. Then after that, run our query. It's not working yet. So this one here, you have insert into other items controls. So the reason why I saying key ID 100 is a key ID is what 100 is not present in the table order. Insert or update on the table order item, violating foreign key string order IDF key. So insert a update table order items. So we have further items in our table. Yes, and this one here, the order ID too is present. The product ID too is present, the quantity. So and the list that we listed there, we can also assume that is all correct. Okay, let me check one more. What is now shouting there? Nǹkan ń pariwo níbẹ̀ yẹn. Okay, so insert into this. This one is not the problem. Not the problem. So this insert order into others item, order ID. Then we also have product ID quantity. So what now the problem? All our queries is correct. 100 is not present in the table order. So okay. Let me now check it. I'm coming on. Under the table order, what do you use to represent it? Place order for the key, order item, primary keys, order ID. Order ID is what? Primary key. So we don't even reference it. The email, primary key, create the customers, create the functions. So okay, okay. We have this and then we already insert into the other items and the quantity values. So with this now, what we are going to do now is that we come here, values here. So values number here. I want to look at the key order ID is not present in the table orders. So, so item orders. What you write here for the table gone. That's what I'm looking. So it's other items that you use. Let me check the table inside the query database. What you use to create the table says data. So on our schema I'm coming. Let me refresh it. Okay, the schema for the sales system extension of the period categories, the extensions. I can't even find the one that is there before. Okay, this is the table. We have the customer, we have the order ID, and this order item now, abi, you know this other item that we are trying to push this thing inside. So it's here now, it's other item that we use to represent it. So now it's not saying that it's not working. Let me come. Link. Hello, are you there? Hello, Mr. Peace. Okay. What do you see? This one is correct. Let me ask my this thing that you're able to put us through. I won't waste much time. Mm-mm. You need the help of what do you call it too when you are writing your query. Help of artificial intelligence. So what is now saying? The insert order ID, customer ID, order date, kini kan. Oh, order first. So then insert it. Okay. So we have to insert the order inside. That's what I'm saying before, that we did not input the values to be 100. So from that SQL, from that table that we created before. So after we put that one to be 100, understand, for ID. So that's when you're now going to give us the normal accurate this thing for. So I'm coming. So when you come to a query here, let me do a small. Okay. So this one here, you install the table first. Come, execute. So usually the column does not exist in the error chemical. So before we insert normal this thing, come, insert orders ID, customer ID, or date value in the current date. So after we insert this one, the current date is not there. It is only this 10 and 4, 101. So we execute this. Say the column relationship did not exist. The column relationship did not exist. So